Channel 20 at 5.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Stacey Skryzak.
And I'm John Rieger. Thunderstorms expected to sweep through central Illinois in just a couple of hours.
Let's go straight to Chief Meteorologist Cheryl Lemke with how severe these storms could be. Cheryl.
Well, John and Stacey, after a long dry spell, now showers and thunderstorms are starting to bear down in central Illinois, and some of these thunderstorms have been rather potent in nature. Our latest live Doppler radar does indicate a storm system that's pressing its way across the region. And what we're really concerned about as you take a closer look at these showers and thunderstorms, right now we are seeing the signature where some of these thunderstorms are starting to bow out in nature. And oftentimes when we see that, it's a signature of some very strong wind gusts with these showers and storms. So right now, a significant weather advisory in effect for Sangamon County, as some of these thunderstorms will likely be packing winds around 50 miles per hour. So watching out for a brief burst of very heavy showers and thunderstorms as these are pressing their way quickly off towards the east. As we zoom in even closer, these thunderstorms have also had a history of producing some small hail. We've had reports now of some nickel and quarter size hailstones, even up around Tazewell County, perhaps even some ping pong ball size hailstones. So definitely watching out for that as well. A warning continues right now around Woodford, also for Tazewell County for the next few minutes. So again, a band of thunderstorms right now approaching Bloomington, stretching just to the west side of Lincoln, stretching all the way down towards the Petersburg vicinity, and more thunderstorms back over towards Winchester. As we put a tracker on these thunderstorms, they should be bearing down on Springfield and Lincoln probably in the next 30 minutes or so. We'll talk more about these thunderstorms and how bad it could get. I'll have your full forecast coming up in just a couple minutes.
Thank you, Cheryl. Now we have some new developments in a Springfield gun shop burglary we first told you about this morning. We now have learned that 22-year-old William McCoy has been arrested for this burglary. News Channel 20's Eric Feldman is live with the latest. Eric, get us up to date.
Even with this arrest in McLean County, authorities say this investigation is still ongoing and that they believe that there are several other people who were involved with this burglary early this morning at J. Hooch and Associates Shooting Sports. The sheriff's office got the call at 4:30 this morning that a car rammed through the front door, destroying bricks and windows, stealing several guns in the process. Law enforcement believe this crime did not start in Springfield, let alone in Illinois. We're told the car used here was stolen in Indiana not too long before.
It's not the first time I've seen this done in a commercial burglary. Believe it or not, I've seen it done several times. It's an easy way to get in. I mean, obviously, you're not going to take your car and do it. You know, if I was the burglar, I wouldn't use my own car. But if you have a stolen car like this, who cares?
Again, the investigation still ongoing. Sangamon County Sheriff's Office is working with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. Stay with us on News Channel 20 and on social media for the very latest in this investigation. Now, at the bottom of the hour on our sister station, Fox, Illinois, we're going to tell you about why a school that's just across the street from this gun shop, why it was never put on lockdown. Again, that happening at the bottom of the hour. Live in Springfield, Eric Feldman, News Channel 20.
Thank you, Eric. Safety alert. The Macon County Sheriff's Office is investigating drugs found in Halloween candy. The pills were found in candy packages that were handed out during trick-or-treating Sunday, the day before Halloween. There were some prescription steroids, while the others were determined to be Altoids. The Sheriff's Office is urging parents to check all goodies kids receive, regardless of where they got it.
It should be a common practice when your child is actually out trick-or-treating, and before you give any children any kind of candies or anything that you did not actually purchase yourself, you should always inspect it.
If you do find any suspicious items in your Halloween candy, contact your local law enforcement.
Vote 2016. We are in the final stretch of the campaign season with just 6 days to go until the election. Both candidates are crisscrossing the country to rally support in many battleground states. ABC's Maggie Rulli reports.
As the gap between the two candidates shrinks to nearly nothing, both campaigns are hammering down on key battleground states. Donald Trump with 3 events across Florida today.
This is a movement like we have never seen in this country before. These crowds, the enthusiasm, the love.
Hillary Clinton swings by an early voting event before leaving the state, wrapping up a 3-event day here yesterday, and leans on her network of heavy hitters like President Obama and Vice President Joe Biden. Also in Florida with 2 early voting events.
You all do your job. We all get to go to bed early Tuesday night.
Florida's an important state to both candidates, but experts say it's a must-win for Trump. Today's ABC News Washington Post national tracking poll shows Clinton and Trump locked in a tie at 46% each. Riding that momentum, Trump has been staying mostly on message, calling both Clinton and the media corrupt.
With your votes, you can beat the system, the rigged system, and deliver justice. So show up early and vote.
President Obama also calling on Americans to vote, asking the African American community to protect his legacy while on the Tom Joyner radio show.
I need you and everybody who is listening to make it their sole focus. Every single person is out there voting. But the African American vote right now is not as solid as it needs to be.
Today's been all about Florida, but tonight is turning into a battle for Arizona. The normally red state has been hinting that it might go blue, which could be Clinton's way to block Trump from his path to the White House. So instead of sending one of her big-name supporters, she'll make a stop there personally tonight. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Washington.
Illinois votes. 99th District candidate Tony Del Giorno picked up a new endorsement just 6 days before Election Day. The Associated Firefighters of Illinois and other first responders is backing Del Giorno, saying he will protect the rights of first responders across the state. The group claims Del Giorno's opponent, Representative Sarah Wojcicki Jimenez, has supported proposals that could impair first responders' abilities to provide aid to those in need.
Education Watch. Beginning next year, schools will implement what's called the Every Student Succeeds Act, and basically that's a newer version of the No Child Left Behind Act. News Channel 20's Jacqueline Driscoll shows us what changes could come along with this program. Jacqueline?
John, one of the things the federal government is changing with this program is the way schools access federal funds to help low-income students afford AP tests. Previously, a different federal program contributed nearly $40 for each test to help offset that cost. Students on the free and reduced lunch program or Title I schools qualified for this money. Each AP test costs just under $100. But ESA eliminates that program since ESA will take place primarily in the 2017-2018 school year. This year, schools have to find new ways to help offset these funds for students.
You don't have to take the exam, but if you're going to go through that rigorous course, you may as well take the exam. And perhaps the cost of the exam, and it's not cheap. I think the AP exam this year will be $93, and so that's a big commitment, especially if you're taking more than one AP course.
It's important to note federal assistance for the low-income students won't disappear. The process of how schools and districts receive these funds is changing. Come next May, funding will be distributed through a block grant for all states.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Let's talk about the World Series. I love talking about this. Cubs and Cleveland fans are lining up. Where else? Taco Bell to grab a free taco today.
It's where we're going on dinner break, right?
Exactly.
Okay, the fast food restaurant's giving away free Doritos Locos tacos for the next hour. It's because the Cleveland Indians' Francisco Lindor stole a base in Game 1 of the World Series. Within minutes of the promotion, the Taco Bell on Dirksen had given away 30 tacos.
Yeah, I mean, I came because it's free, but I also came because I might just end up buying food. Well, yeah, I would have probably came because, I mean, I like eating Taco Bell.
Now, last year, Taco Bell did a similar promotion with their AM Crunch Wraps. Excited fans are gathering at Wrigley Field hoping to celebrate a World Series win tonight. Louis Del Rio joins us live from Wrigley Field with a look at what's happening in Chicago. Louis?
Hey, this is it. It's the two best words in sports, and if you look up at the marquee, it's lit up. Game 7, Cubs and Indians. Now, this is going to happen 350 miles away in Cleveland, but all Cubs fans are here, congregated again in Wrigleyville. You can see all fans behind me coming in around the stadium, having a great time. Check out the line down here at Cubby Bear. Still $100 to get in, a long line. Everyone out here having a great time. One having a great time. And just one win away. That's all it is now, is one win away. Now, speaking to everybody, talking about coming down here, over 300,000 people were here in and out of Wrigleyville over the weekend. Tonight, they're expecting 100,000. You can imagine what would happen here if they do win tonight. So a big game, and I'll have more on the game and everything else coming up tonight at 6. But for now, reporting outside Wrigley Field, I'm Louis Del Rio. Back to you in the studio.
Could be a crazy place later tonight. Thanks, Louis. Coming up next, sports director Donnie Tillman gives us a preview of Game 7 as the Cubs prepare to take the field in less than 2 hours.
And later on, medical marijuana has been legal in Illinois for almost a year now. How much the industry has grown since the program started.
This newscast segment sponsored by the following.
And back now with the World Series. The countdown continues for Game 7 tonight with the Cubs and Indians tied at 3 games apiece.
Chicago and Cleveland will look to make history tonight, ending one city's long championship drought. Donnie Tillman joins us now to preview tonight's winner-take-all matchup. Donnie?
John and Stacy, the seconds have ticked, the minutes gone by, the hours slowly creeping to 7 o'clock tonight when the Cubs and Indians take the field for the biggest Game 7 baseball has to offer. How fitting for both teams. The last time the Tribe made the Fall Classic, they lost in 7 games in '97 to the Marlins. And when the Cubs made it in 1945, they were beaten in 7 games by the Detroit Tigers. Cubs Nation is counting on Kyle Hendricks to continue his World Series magic. He's tossed 15 scoreless innings. The only other 2 pitchers to do that both won Game 7s of a World Series. And speaking of Game 7s, Indians pitcher Corey Kluber looks to become the first hurler since Bob Gibson to win Games 1, 4, and 7 of a World Series. He will be the first starting pitcher to win all 3 in history, should Cleveland make history with a victory tonight. All right, be there early. First pitch has moved up 8 minutes to 7 p.m. on the dot. The last pitch tonight will crown a new World Series champion, ending a historic championship drought for either the Cubs or Indians. John?
Thanks, Donnie. You can watch Game 7 to see who takes home the title tonight at 7 p.m., as we say, on our sister station, Fox, Illinois.
On a more serious note, now we have a tornado warning in effect for parts of Christian, Logan, Macon, and Sangamon County. We're really concerned about this large cluster of thunderstorms right here. It is bowing out towards the east. There is the possibility of tornadoes being spawned from this cluster of thunderstorms. Also very strong damaging winds perhaps being gusting over 60 to 50 or 50 to 60 mile per hour winds here. So again, a tornado warning. Certainly if you live in portions of Christian, Logan, Macon, and Sangamon counties, please seek shelter immediately. Again, this cluster of thunderstorms is working its way very quickly off towards the east at about 40 miles per hour. It's all in association with this band of thunderstorms, and this will be the fact for the next few hours. Very strong, dangerous thunderstorms working their way across the region, and of course we'll have more updates as the evening continues to wear on. For some minor rotation within these thunderstorms. And